Classical and chamber music fans, considered heading up to Boulder this weekend for the Colorado Music Festival. This weekend, the festival presents the family concert Peter and the Wolf at the Chautauqua Auditorium. Well, with us more to talk about the family concert and the summer concert series is Executive Director Liz McGuire. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about the Colorado Music Festival and what it's all about.
Well, actually, it's a 6-week festival. It happens every summer in Boulder at Chautauqua Auditorium. We bring in 96 world-class orchestral musicians through a very selective process every year. We have 20 concerts, and we have about 18 world-class guest artists that come out to perform with them as well.
Wow, those are some numbers.
Absolutely.
It's a nice draw. Now, I understand that this is Peter Ungen's first year as musical director. Is that right?
That's right. In 2018, he joined us as artistic advisor, and we kind of fell in love with him, and it was mutual. He loved the space, he loved the orchestra, so we're so pleased to have him. He has this glorious career as a musician, both as the principal violinist of the Tokyo String Quartet, as well as having conducted, been the music director for many years of the Toronto Symphony and the Royal Scottish National Orchestra.
Wow.
So we've really lucked out. He's incredible.
No kidding. All right, so in addition to musical performances, you also have educational programs that take place.
We do. So the other half of our organization is the Center for Musical Arts in Lafayette. And so we have a very strong community music school component to our festival, and we like to always add a lot of educational components to the festival, including a lot of free lectures. So we have talks under the tents before our Thursday and Friday night concerts. We also have a couple of special services. One is Jan Swafford, who's coming out on the 31st of July. He's an author and a scholar about Beethoven. And we also have on the 6th of July, John Kimura Parker is our artist in residence, and he's doing a master class at the Center for Musical Arts.
Very cool, very cool. Now, one of the things that makes the Colorado Music Festival so really unique and incredible is the venue, and that's the Chautauqua Auditorium. Tell us about that.
That's correct. It was actually built in 1898, a part of the Chautauqua movement that occurred all over the country by educators. And what's so magical about the auditorium is you walk in and you can actually almost feel that history. It's all wooden, so it resonates musically, and it's absolutely spectacular. I invite everyone to come up to Chautauqua, of course, to see our concerts, but just visit Chautauqua as well, rent a cottage.
Great walking trails and all kinds of stuff up there.
It's beautiful.
All right, you've got a great family concert coming up this Sunday. Tell us about that one.
We do. We have Peter and the Wolf and Carnival of the Animals, very popular classical music performances, very family friendly. So we have John Kimura Parker and Coco Ma, as well as Earl Lee conducting, and a group called Really Inventive Stuff coming out to perform with Peter and the Wolf.
Yeah, what can they expect then when they see things like that?
Well, Peter and the Wolf it's such a classic work. So many people are familiar. It's how a lot of people get their start with classical music, but Really Inventive Stuff actually uses household props instead of the typical animal costume. So it's a lot of fun. They're more of a vaudeville-inspired group. And so I think you're going to have a lot of fun if you come out to see this concert.
That's really incredible,
yeah.
And something different for concert goers to see.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a great way to get an opening into classical music and to let your kids experience it as well.
And really the kids, that's important for them too. Well, that sounds great. What are the activities that are part of the lawn fair? Yeah,
so right after the concert, visitors can join us for a lawn fair where we have an instrument petting zoo that we're actually going to have some guides, some guides to help the kids go through each instrument and kind of test them out, get to play them, touch them, feel them, play them up close. We have an air baton contest. We're going to have an opportunity for the kids to interact with the troupe Really Inventive Stuff, and all sorts of other musical activities. The WOW Museum is going to be there as well, our friends from the WOW Museum in Lafayette.
Very cool, very cool. There's really something for everyone there, but you really are bringing in the family, wanting the kids to come. Why the family concerts?
Well, the reason we want to do a family concert is that audience is not only the future of classical music, but it's the future audience of classical music. So and because we have such a strong educational component with our organization as a whole, we really value bringing in families and children, and it's a really safe environment, it's a really friendly environment. So if your kids are fidgety, I have a son and I was always concerned about him making sounds or being fidgety or wanting to walk around, and all of that is welcome here. Yeah. So we just want people to have a good time and their first experience with classical music to be magical.
Tell us about how we can find out more about the concerts and what's coming up in the Chautauqua Auditorium.
Absolutely. So visit our website, coloradomusicfestival.org. Everything is there.
How much do you love your job?
I love it. I'm so incredibly lucky.
Yeah, sounds great. Wonderful concerts coming up. We appreciate it. It'll be
Thank
a
you
good
so
summer.
much.
We'll take in the classical sounds of the summer. Purchase your tickets now for the Colorado Music Festival. The annual event is held at Chautauqua Auditorium with 96 world-class musicians and 18 guest artists from around the country. The event runs through August 3rd with a special family concert of Peter and the Wolf on Sunday, July 7th. For details on the festival, visit coloradomusicfestival.org.